Reed, touchdown! 24-0 Buffalo and a lapper. 8 catches for Dre for 104 and 2 TDs in the first half alone. Jim Kelly in the first half. So much for the bruise and the cuts and the pounding he took on Monday night. He's 20-26 in the first half. But the Pack come back. Brett Favre and company can do it. Who'd you go to, Tom?
I'd go to Sterling Sharp.
Good idea. Between two defenders, 28 yards, 98 straight games. Sharp's caught a pass. Last time he didn't catch one was in Orchard Park in 1988. 27-6 Buffalo at the half. Third quarter, Favre, Edgar Allan Poe Bennett. First 27-13. Quote the Raven, nevermore. I don't think so. The Packers are coming back until Reggie White hurts his left elbow. Mike Holmgren obviously concerned. White, a sprained elbow, did not return. Next possession for the Pack, though, and it's Edgar Bennett again. He's stepping up here as the Pack have won 3 in a row going into this game. 17 yards and a good run, Tom.
Yeah, you see very few big men who have this skill. Probably Natron Means at the top of the list. Edgar Bennett, though, watch the footwork as he comes through the line of scrimmage, does a great little tap dance to get by people, powers over Mickey Washington, number 25 there, and gets a nice 17-yard gain.
Wow, the Bills thought they had this one easily, but 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Favre, Sterling Sharp, 26 yards, and the Bills lead us down to 27-20. Mid-fourth quarter, Buffalo needs to churn some time. Guess how they do it? Kelly to Reed, picks up a first down. Guess how they do it? Kelly to Reed, picks up a first down. Christie would hit the upright with a field goal attempt, so it's still a 7-point game, but time off the clock. Now the Pack in the shadow of their own end zone, but Favre fears no evil. Hanson with the rush, not there. Anthony Morgan with the flyer down to the 30, but holding on Joe Sims of Green Bay. Not only does it negate the play, it's holding in the end zone. It's a safety and a 9-point lead. Andre Reed, the 4th best performance in number of catches in the history of the NFL. 2 pretty good receivers right there, Sharp and Reed. 15 for 191 for Andre Reed as the Bills beat the Packers 29-20. Jim Kelly throwing for the most yards that he has in 2.5 years, 32 of 44 for 365 as the Bills 53-9 at home since 1988. Well, the Bills had that short week, go to Thanksgiving. But you know, Tom, you don't need me to get on my soapbox. I don't think anybody does. If you think they're done in the AFC, just look again.
You know, we talk.
Thomas back in. He's in the pattern. And the throw is to Copeland for a touchdown. Russell Copeland, his first of the year. Good protection going long for the tight end. Metzelar's touchdown. Just went near the 15-yard line. Clock, 4.5 minutes to go. The Bills need a touchdown and the ball back in a hurry.
Yes, they look like Antonio London that was at the feet of Jim Kelly. But this Buffalo Bills, a great reserve of winning. They don't get flustered. They may not get it done, but they're good presence of mind here.
Kelly, open field ahead, and Kelly scores. 15 yards for Jim Kelly, and Buffalo back in it. 169 and a touchdown, and of course the second play of the game.
4-man rush. Kelly, touchdown. Bill Brooks. Ball tonight. This one floated down the sideline for Beebe, and somehow he caught it. Holy cow, Don Beebe, touchdown. Joe Green. Kelly for Reed, touchdown. Now, this is not two-hand touch. Reed fumbles the end around. Now he wants to throw the ball. Wide open is Brooks. Holy cow, what a play. Carwell Gardner, touchdown. from the 10. Ball's loose. Buffalo has it. Holy cow, another bizarre play. Mike Dumas, the former Houston safety. Gardner, touchdown.
Long, hard count here.
Blitz coming. Somehow he got away. Throws to Reed. Andre Reed. Goodbye, baby. Touchdown. 83 yards for a touchdown. Somehow Jim Kelly escaped what was a sure sack by safety Michael Stewart, and much like Marino had done, flicked it down the middle.
Last Sunday night here on ESPN, the Buffalo Bills showed a second half of heart, of professionalism, and rallying for 35 points to stay in the hunt and beat the Miami Dolphins. They're keeping alive their playoff bids and their hope for just one for the thumb in the Super Bowl. Well, problem, though, after playing 19, 19, 20, and 19 games, the 4 years going into this one, the Bills, frankly, are running on fumes. 7 days later, after the heat at Joe Robbie Stadium, could they muster up enough petrol to beat a good and bouncing back Minnesota Viking team? Here we go from Rich Stadium. It was cold, but who cares? John Randall says, I don't really need this. Although they make me put it on, I'm ready to play. There's my uncle, ready to root on the Bills at Rich Stadium. Jim Kelly, first quarter. Pete Metzelar's, like the salad days. 7-3 Buffalo, touchdown. Tommy, Bills defense came ready early as well.
Yeah, the big playmakers were doing some swarming at the beginning of the game. Here, Cornelius Bennett getting great penetration. Darryl Talley cleaning up. And then Kadri Ishmael over the middle. And he is crunched by Kurt Schultz.
Kurt Schultz, he knows nothing. He sees nothing. But veteran Warren Moon, he does know something. He knows football. He'd lead the Vikings back. Here he goes to Jake Reed across the middle for 20 yards. Then inside the 35-yard line, Moon to Chris Carter, does more than catch touchdowns. He catches first downs. That sets up a quad shot. One of 5 field goals for Rivez. He was 5 for 5. This one, at the time, made 20 in a row, breaking his own team record for consecutive field goals. 10-9 Bills at the half. Second half, third quarter, Jim Kelly. Now watch Don Beebe here. Take a licking and keep on ticking. Fancy Glenn's going to come over, but Kelly, boom! But he holds on for a touchdown. Bills lead at 17-9. Here's what Don heard. At 8-point Buffalo lead, but the Vikings coming back. In the red zone, Bruce Smith first buries Terry Allen, so it's a field goal, 17-12. It was cold at Rich Stadium. The Vikes, though, weren't done. Jack Del Rio! Look, Ma, one hand. Then the pitch back, and the Vikings are in business. We move now, same drive, fourth quarter. Warren Moon to the missile. Kadri Ishmael down to the 2. That sets up Terry Allen, right side, touchdown. They try for 2, no good, but boom, the Vikes lead at 18-17. Now the field goal makes it 21-17. Ball at the 31-yard line, 2:29 to go. Can Jim Kelly be a hero? How many times have the Bills rallied? 3rd and 8, under 2 minutes to go now. Kelly scrambling, escapes, throws one long for Beebe. Robert Griffin comes out of nowhere, Tommy, and makes the play.
Yeah, and folks, this is what they mean when they talk about double zone. You've got the corner forcing the outside release. Beebe looks like he has the catch. The safety covering his half of the field. Robert Griffin makes a great play on the football.
Now, 4th and 8, Kelly throwing, intended for Brooks, but Malik Boyd in the dime package breaks it up, and the Vikings have the ball. All Dennis Green's team has to do is run it out. Minute and a half to go, though. It's a fumble! Phil Hansen strips it. Henry Jones falls on it. The Bills have another bullet in the holster.
Yeah, Phil Hansen here, number 90, does a great job of beating the double team by Randall McDaniel and Bernard Daphne. As you watch him here, he's going to split the double team. He's going to come through and get that big paw right there on the football to cause the fumble.
Excellent job by Hansen now. First down, a 4-yard loss, 2nd and 14 after a sack. Can Jim Kelly, after Hansen's brilliance, make the Bills go over the top? Here's the throw from Kelly, and John Randall nails him as Del Rio breaks up the play. Here's the replay, Tommy, and it looks pretty bad.
Yeah, and I think if there's one thing we need to do to protect quarterbacks, it's to get the linemen off of the quarterback's knees.
Well, Kelly examined, the fans listening. Frank Reich warming up. A bad sight for Bills fans. Kelly carted off the field, but Frank Reich has led them to comebacks like one over Warren Moon in the playoffs. 3rd and 14. Oh, here we go. Russell Copeland, first down. Reich, Thurman Thomas has Davis. It's Kent Hull in front, and Thomas is knocked out of bounds. He, too, had to leave the game for injury. One by one, they're dropping. But the Bills go to Kenneth Davis. He comes in. Reich hits him, but KD can't get out of bounds, so Buffalo has to use their last time out with 27 seconds to go. There's a sack by Dennis Green's Viking. Final play. Watch 85 Copeland on the Hail Mary. He actually, he had a path. He could have caught it, maybe at a miracle. But this was one prayer not answered for Reich and the game, but in this case, beaten Buffalo Bills. Rasputin's down to his last cyanide pill as the Bills are down to 7-7, and the Vikings win it up to 9-5, beat the Bills 21-17. Certainly redemption for Warren Moon. Welcome back to NFL Primetime. You'll see it on New Year, the week going into New Year's, that same cartoon. 94, the old man with a cane. 95, the baby wearing a diaper. Well, the old man in the NFL, certainly in the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. The baby with the diaper, the New England Patriots. Could Buffalo prevent New England from turning over the calendar? Here we go from Rich Stadium. Jim Kelly out. 25,000 fans out. They sense trouble. Although Frank Reich has won some big games for the Buffalo Bills, so is Thurman Thomas. First series for Buffalo, 18 yards for Thermal. Then the little swing pass makes a nice catch, weaves his way downfield for a big gain. Buffalo came out of the chutes flying, knowing, let's drive the car as far as we can. Let's see how far we can get it. Thurman, another 1,000-yard season. With the Patriots leading 3-0. Reich, play action, Nate Turner, touchdown Buffalo. They would score again to lead 17-3, 6 minutes into the second quarter. But Drew Bledsoe and the Patriots were looking for their 6th straight win on 4th and 2. Parcells gamble so often, and Bledsoe to Kevin Turner keeping the drive alive. Now, that sort of play sets up play action, a good block. Bledsoe to Ben Wintercoat, wide open, 17-10, second quarter, Parcells team coming. Bledsoe against the rush. They pick up the blitz. Michael Timpson on the fly, beats Mickey Washington, Tommy. Nice play.
Yeah, we saw the strength of Drew Bledsoe right here. The great rush by Bruce Smith. He hits him on the arm, but the ball ends up right where it has to be for Timpson to make the catch.
So Timpson between defenders, and now, same drive, Bledsoe, first and goal. Hits Vincent Ultimate Frisbee. 6-yard touchdown. We're tied at 17, all with a minute to go in the first half. And then it was the weather. Rain was starting to fall. Who would it help? Well, very early on the screen in the second half to Carwell Gardner from but Mike Pitts forces the fumble. Ricky Reynolds picks it up and look at him go. Touchdown, 24-17. New England with the lead. Tom?
Pitts does a great job here getting his left hand in, and then look at Reynolds make the nice pickup of the football to take it into the end zone.
Next drive, Frank Reich throws a pass that just has Andre Reed creamed by Harlan Barnett. Loose ball, and Ricky Reynolds, he wraps it up for another turnover. That sets up Bledsoe. Plenty of time to Frisbee, wide open for touch.
Yeah, in the red zone, you cannot let the quarterback stand statuesque-like and deliver the football.
Last team with 5 receivers over 50 catches, the 1980 Cleveland Browns. Marv knows it's trouble, but the Bills were in it until this play. Long bomb from right to Andre Reed, but Maurice Funeral Hearse slaps the ball away. Myron Guyton picks it up and races up the sidelines. Then, where's Ricky Reynolds? I know he's around. What, you think Bill likes this, Tom? I don't know, but Reynolds says let's fall down. Ensuing drive, 3rd and 13. Big play. Bruce Smith, the outside rush. Bledsoe, the pass down the middle to Ray Crittenden. That sets up a Marion Butts touchdown, 38-17 Patriots. They're pouring it on. Turnovers keep coming. Right over the middle. It's Hurst.